Hi, let's have a look at the answer to question 1b part 3. So what we have here is we have been asked for some reasons why the Poisson distribution may not be appropriate. So what we need to do is we need to remember what are the assumptions for the Poisson. And so our Poisson assumptions, we have a number of them. The first one is that we assume that each event is independent of each other event. Okay, we always assume independence. We also assume that each event is random. Then we also assume that events can't occur simultaneously. And lastly, we assume that the events occur at a constant rate. Okay, so those are the assumptions for the Poisson distribution. And now what we need to do is we need to identify for this situation. Okay, so for this situation that we've got, and this situation that we've got is all about serving meals. Well, the number of vegetables per serving. Okay, so that's what we want to identify is the event. What they're talking about there is the number of vegetables per serving. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to think, well, let's apply that to this H assumption and then discuss that. And we want to have two reasons. So there's 4 assumptions, you need to cover at least 2. So I'm just going to talk you through rather than writing these all up. So when we're talking about independence, that's talking about that the vegetables in each serving is how many vegetables you have in each serving is independent. And then my question is, well, how do we go about eating vegetables? And often, for example, I'll use a spoon if I'm eating it for dinner. Sometimes I'll use my fingers to pick up and hold things. And so would the number of vegetables in a spoon each time be independent? I'm not sure. But that's what we're assuming. And I want you to reason why that is or isn't okay. We want to talk about whether each event is random, and as I scoop up some vegetables, will that be random? And I would say most of the time it probably will. Events can't occur simultaneously. So that's talking about whether or not the vegetables that I pick up, would I eat vegetables in a serving? Would I eat those vegetables simultaneously? And this is where you could argue possibly that actually maybe we do eat them simultaneously. So if I take a scoop on my spoon of salad, and in that there I've got some lettuce, I've got a piece of tomato, and I might have some other bits in there as well. When I eat that, I may actually be eating them simultaneously, because they all get mushed up together. So that could be a reason why that event would not be appropriate. And then talking about occurring at a constant rate. So how many vegetables you have each serving, is that the same for every meal of the day? And I personally don't eat a lot of vegetables at breakfast time, but I eat a lot more vegetables at dinner time. So then I couldn't say that they occur at a constant rate in every meal, because actually they would be different for different meals during the day. So those are the kinds of things that you would want to be able to talk about for this one.